Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the beautifully sunny Eifel Mountains, home to the Nurburgring, where today, despite it actually snowing earlier this morning, it's now dried up, the sun is out, and that means it is time for the Ford GT to attack the Nordschleife. I'm going to go for my first laps in the new Shmeemobile out on the green hell. This is going to be quite an experience. It's Touristenfahrten, the tourist drives. Road rules have to be obeyed, but the car is going to be right at home on the track. So let's get started, jump in, take it straight on out and see what it's like. The GT probably doesn't need too much by way of an introduction here on the channel. Picked up just a few months ago, but it is now completely run in. We've had a blast down the Autobahn. It's been driven even in the snow this morning. But now it is time to take Ford's track supercar out onto a racetrack. Of course, this thing was built as an anniversary return to Le Mans, the 50th anniversary of their victory. They brought it back, they took it racing. It was victorious again, but this is going to be the first outing really for this car on a proper fully fledged racetrack that you can just about spot over there in the background, the Dottinger Höhe, the end of the Nordschleife lap. It's a big track, it's a crazy track, one that you've seen on the channel many times before in my other cars, the 911 GT3, the AMG GTR, but now it is time to drive it in the Ford GT. This feels a little bit crazy. Hopefully it's going to be safe. We'll take it carefully, enjoy the car. So let's head on in. It's currently sitting in its normal ride height. The interesting thing though, when I drop it down into track mode, I won't be able to go through the carousel. I'll have to go around the outside, slightly frustrating, but let's open the door, take a seat in here, get it started up, because it's time to go and take this car onto the Nürburgring. I'm very excited, I'm very nervous, anticipation, but we'll drive straight on in. This is the car park near to the main entrance, and we'll go out onto the track. Despite having done this many times before, it is always slightly nerve-wracking as you pull up towards the front. So what I'm actually going to do very quickly is just drop the car into park, down into track mode, the car will drop, the wing will rise, then we go back into drive, window down, I've got my card in my hand, I might need a little bit of help. Oh, hi there.
What a cool car.
Thank you very much.
Take care, mate.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you for his help. So, here we go, out onto the Nordschleife, where we're greeted by a bit of a speed bump slash rumble strip as we enter the Touristenfahrten circuit. I'm going to go slightly around this one because it looks a little bit buckled, but then we're going to be out. So we're in track mode, manual gearbox, taking it easy of course. Let's build in the power. Okay, the problem is this car goes so fast so quickly that you need to be very aware of what's going on. Wow, I mean this is probably the fastest car that I have ever driven around the Nürburgring. First lap, given it's been a while since I last drove here, let's just take it a little bit easy, cold tyres of course, but wow. I think I'm about the third person literally to drive a Ford GT around the Nordschleife at all, to be honest. Around the curbs. This feels a little bit ridiculous. You have to remember that this is a toll road, and every time I go onto the brakes, the wing is flying up behind. It's a bumpy track, and you feel it with this suspension. Of course, this is basically a WEC car, a World Endurance Championship car, in terms of the suspension setup when you're down in track mode. There are cars coming up behind, and I am going to let them through. There's a warning sign, so I'm just going to take it a touch easy to be careful, but with the cars coming through behind me, I'm going to pull over to the right, let them through. There we go. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, we've got another car coming. So the standard rule here, of course, because road rules apply, is that you keep it tucked in, let them go through. There we go. And then away you go. The thing I have to be very aware of is that I'm driving in a Ford GT. I've got a lot more to lose if anything goes wrong. So let's keep it on the tarmac, not the grass. Nice and easy. There's another very fast Porsche behind me who definitely knows the track better than I do. It's been a while. like I said, since I last drove it. So let's tuck in, let him through. Cool. Keeping my wits about me. Keep it very, very fast through here. The funny thing is that obviously here I'm significantly faster than the Porsche. But I'm also less aware of the track and the corners. Wow, firm on the brakes. The braking power in this car is absolutely phenomenal. We're coming down towards Vauxhall here. Give it a small dab of brake before the Vauxhall, before the bottom. This is where you do not want to be braking as you go through that compression. Wow, in this car, the compression. This is my first lap of the season, remember, in the Ford GT. It's very fun actually to have people coming past, people who know the track better than I do. Obviously many racing drivers around here, but I am doing this for fun today, not for craziness. Acceleration is absolutely mad. Coming towards these corners. The car with warm tyres, of course, could just drive so much quicker than I'm driving. I'm also not being firm on the brakes, anything like as late as you could get away with. I think despite that, we're getting around here at a decent pace right now. These corners are disturbingly tight as you come through. The regular guys, they drive Porsches here for a reason. Cars that are just set up and completely at home on this track. We're coming up then towards Carousel. This is where I'm going to have to go around the outside of the actual main thing, unfortunately, because in track mode we are simply too low, and I do not fancy destroying my nice carbon fibre splitter on this car. So this is where we would dip on in. We're going to go around the outside. Oh, that feels wrong. It's been a long time actually since I went around the outside of the Carousel. But I know from watching Ford bring some of their press cars around, it wouldn't work. So that's the better way to do it. Or what? I'm picking up the pace dramatically now. Well, you can probably see that from the video. Down with the brake before the dip. Down with the brake again. And we're getting towards the end of the lap. Little carousel around it as well. I'm just going to go more gently from here, so effectively cooling the brakes earlier, because if you run right to the end, well, it's quite something for your brakes. So what was that like for me then? Well, it was the experience I thought it would be. This car is actually quite a lot to handle. When you're driving it really hard, you have to work. And well, be honest, we had a few pretty quick sections there. Certainly quite enjoyable. We've used 14% of fuel in one lap, so we wouldn't be getting too many laps out of a single go with this. Hey, the Rentec AMG GT 4-door comes flying by towards the finish. That was cool. That was a nice way to end. As does, what do we have here? An M4 as well. So, yeah. First lap of the Nordschleife in the Ford GT, and I'm going to do another one, of course. It has to be done. I just swung out to go and lower the tyre pressures slightly, because of course you build up the pressure with the heat in them driving like that. But this means, again, we need to put the car back into track mode. So let me swing up here, quickly do this.
I'm not so sure what colour, but
I love it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Into track mode we go, into manual, and out onto the track again we are off. Foot down, into the red line there, and away we go. touch the brake at all. Wow. One of the big things with the Nordschleife is that the best way to go fast is to carry your speed through the corners. But I do feel like the chassis, the suspension of this car is just a touch too stiff, really, for the undulations, the bumps of this track, which makes sense because it's built, if you think about it, for the WEC circuit, for the World Endurance Championship, which races on the likes of Formula 1 tracks, the Nurburgring Grand Prix. The shift lights are just mega as we come down again into the foxhole. Definitely substantially quicker on lap 2. But I'm going to give a dab of the brake going through here. Ears are popping as well, back on the throttle through the compression. Whoa, my brain feels like it's been rewritten. What? The outside of it. Oh, even here it's so bumpy. Ears popping like crazy, squealing brakes. Go light here, there we go. What a feeling. Oh, the compression again. You really, really feel the compressions in the Ford GT. They are pretty intense. Whoa. And you know what? At that point, little carousel, let's chill out again. I'm a little bit sweaty. What a drive. Ford GT, Nurburgring Nordschleife. I feel like the car's been christened now. That's really the beginning of it not being a garage queen, when it's done some laps of the ring. The famous ring, what a circuit. You know, it's claimed the lives of many. It's claimed the lives of cars, of many, many cars through the years. In fact, on an almost daily basis. It's an incredibly dangerous circuit that you have to be so careful with when you're driving. But do it like that, and it is mega, mega fun. 2 laps down of the Nurburgring Nordschleife in the Ford GT equals a very happy me. And back into the car park, surrounded by all sorts of track machinery, obviously, but the thing I have to remember here is to go back into park quickly, put it into sport mode, suspension jumps instantly, then we can go back into drive and head on out and do a little bit more driving just to keep cooling the brakes as much as possible, cool the entire car down, because, well, it has quite a workout doing the Nürburgring. Yeah, lots of M cars, modified M3 there in front of us. Where should we go? And very nice lizard grün GT3 RS. Let's head this way. The one thing with the, that was the bangs on the wing coming back down. The thing you have to think about as well with the indicators is that when the steering wheel is turned, as are the indicators, they're the wrong way around. So that takes a little bit of thinking. But I love this car. That's like one more notch to tick off. It's going to do so many things this year. Honestly, the plans that I have with it, I mean, you've seen a bit of them. I think I've told you before that it's going global. I'm flying this car around the world more than once this year, so some big plans to come with it, and lots of events and lots of tracks that it will be at as well. So it's done IAMS and spring event, it's driven around the Nurburgring, but that's just the beginning. There's a lot more to come, and yeah, I'm definitely, for one, looking forward to everything that is on the cards with it. And there we go, had a few minutes then to chill out and just soak it all in, take it all in, driving the GT out on the Nordschleife. This thing is badly in need now, though, of a bit of a wash. All dirt at the back, and particularly around the sides from the snow earlier on today. It will get that. It will get the love and attention that it needs, ready for the next stop, which is going to be back here with the guys ready for Car Freitag. So, the GT being driven. I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, it's more about having fun. It's not a race. It's not about lap times. It's about driving it, enjoying it for what it was built for, and having a good time. So that's it for this time. Thanks for watching, as always, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.